Welcome to Blue Jackets Live with your hosts, Brian Giesenslaw and Dan Kamal. Your first look at the Blue Jackets as they take the ice. Blue Jackets Live, presented by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers, begins now.
When we come back, a high school hockey game in Columbus with a much greater purpose beyond the final score. A great story. Dave Metzel joins us next on Blue Jackets Live.
We're joined by a familiar face, Dave Metzel, and Dave, a story that's certainly a poignant one, a tragic one, but boy, it's generated some real good work in the community. We're talking about the very untimely and tragic death of young Daron Richardson a couple of years ago.
And let me tell you, what moved me about this story was the response of the high school kids. Too often high school kids are beat up for, these kids, they don't pay attention. All they do is hang out on their phones. This was quite different, I got to tell you.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. And they've done good work after a very, very devastating incident. They've done good work to try to create some positives.
There's no question about it. You know, Daron Richardson didn't play for the Columbus Blue Jackets, but she was a huge part, guys, of the Blue Jackets family and the greater Columbus hockey family as well, as you all know. Well, last Friday night, that hockey family came together in an amazing effort to do it for Daron. It's an ordinary high school Friday night at the Dublin Chiller until you look a little closer. Purple, not green, seems to be the color of choice. It was, after all, Daron Richardson's favorite color.
I think she would be speechless. I think she would be in tears right now. She knew this many people cared about her and put the thought in their day to do this for her.
I played with Daron. A lot of kids on Jerome played with Daron, and we've been wanting to do something like this for years.
Playing with Daron, it just means a lot to see that all these people that care about her. I just played with her for so long, and just having that happen, it was just such an abrupt thing, and it meant a lot. It hit home to a lot of us.
Daron Richardson spent a lot of time playing hockey in Central Ohio as a young girl. She played with several of the players who lined up against one another for this game at the Chiller. With purple tape on their sticks and purple accents on their pads, these players wanted to find a way to let their friend know she is still with them.
She had such a bright future ahead of her, and it's just a tragedy, especially when you have someone that close to you take their own life.
In November of 2010, Daron committed suicide at the age of 14. She was the daughter of former Blue Jackets defenseman Luke Richardson and his wife Stephanie. Families packed into the Chiller to remember Daron and her Do It for Daron Foundation, which is dedicated to bringing issues related to young people and mental illness out into the open.
Way more important than the money is if we save a life. Get a family to start a conversation. Steph and Luke will tell you they were a great family. They talked about sex. They talked about drugs. They talked about bullying. They talked about internet safety. This is all on their website. They never thought to talk about suicide, and they never got the chance.
You know, it's kind of a shy subject. You know, kids are in school. I mean, people suffer from it every day, and I don't think it's a very known cause with high schoolers, and they kind of just brush off their shoulders and leave it to themselves. But I mean, it's something you need to talk about. You need to talk about with your parents. If you're having troubles, you gotta see someone. You gotta speak out. You can't. So this is great, showing people that you can speak out, and it's something that you can do. You don't just have to hide it.
It's really the purpose of what we're trying to do here. Just try and let people know that there are people there for them. There are people who can help, and just help them get the help that Daron didn't get.
So by the time Jody Shelley dropped the puck on the game itself, everyone knew what the goal was. Players and fans from both sides locking arms with the Richardsons in this fight for awareness.
Their focus now is trying to help others. And, a short time after what happened to them, and this is what they turned their focus on, was they could help one family not go through what they went through. That's their focus.
You know, when we played with her, she wanted to be considered one of the boys. She never wanted to be, considered a girl. She wanted to be one of us. So, I can see her looking down with a great smile, and I know she's watching over all of us every day.
For Blue Jackets Hockey, I'm Dave Metzel.
That's a great story, and we should add that the efforts that night during that game helped raise more than $2,000 for the Do It for Daron Foundation, again, to continue to spread that word in honor of Daron Richardson, who would have turned 18 years old coming up early this month.